Welcome back to the Sober Mom Life podcast. This is our weekend reset episode, and I say our because it's yours and it's mine, and we're here together. We get to be together every Monday and Friday. This is your episode that is just bite-sized. It's just a sweet little morsel to help you, reset your mind for the weekend and remember why you're doing this thing. Remember why you are evaluating your relationship with alcohol and why you want to find freedom from alcohol and live a full sober life. So, just in case you forget, or in case the weekend kind of, zaps you of all motivation and energy, pop this in your ear. And what we have been doing the last 5 weeks, have we really been doing this for 5 weeks? I guess so, is going through my book, The Sober Shift. If you have not picked up your copy, now's the time. Dry January is over, and you might have felt like dry January was a great way to say, yeah, I'm not drinking, because obviously dry January. And now, if you're listening to this live, it's February. Maybe the rest of the world, it feels like they've gone back to drinking and you want to keep going. I wrote the Sober Shift for you. We have been going through each chapter every week, and we are today on chapter 6. If you want, pause this, go back, listen to chapters 1 through 5. And no, it's not me reading them. That would be, I feel like I would probably get sued by the publisher. I can't do that. But what I can do is just kind of give you an overview. Each chapter is a shift because, you guys, it's called the Sober Shift. And so we are going to shift the way you think about not only alcohol, but sobriety. And each chapter is a shift from the old way of thinking about, quitting drinking, who qualifies for it, to this new way. And this new way that I have kind of thought up and was born through my sobriety and through, I've been sober 6 years, and how I kind of think of my sobriety and how I am doing it a little bit differently. And today we're on chapter 6. So if you're just popping in, you can go back and listen to chapters 1 through 5, or start here and then go back later. I don't know. You just do whatever feels right in your body. That's the best part about sobriety. We get to figure out, what do we say? If you've been here a while, you know what I'm going to say. We get to figure out how we feel and what we need. Okay, open your books to chapter 6. It's so funny. Every week I come on here and I say, this is really what the book is all about. This chapter is the most important part. But you guys, I do think chapter 6, it's like choosing a kid. Don't make me choose a favorite kid. It just differs on every day, right? So today, chapter 6 is my favorite. And it's called The Shift from Rock Bottom to a Softer Place to Land. And if you have been around here for more than 5 minutes, you have heard me say, you deserve a softer place to land. Here is where I blow up the notion of rock bottom. I consider rock bottom this lie that really kept me drinking. I always thought, because we've been taught, that only certain people qualify for sobriety, right? And in my mind, that is people like Meg Ryan in When a Man Loves a Woman, or Nicolas Cage in Leaving Las Vegas, right? People who are actively addicted and really hit rock bottom have lost a lot to alcohol, and then it's very clear from the outside, right? We all know, okay, yes, this person has lost too much, and if they're going to lose more, it might be their life, right? And that is who qualifies for quitting drinking. That idea and that lie kept me drinking. It was very easy for me to compare myself to someone like this idea of, like, the mom and the bear, Jamie Lee Curtis's character, that, you guys, that Christmas episode in The Bear, right? And to say, okay, I'm not that, right? I don't drink like that. That's not me. Nothing to see here, right? That means that I must be drinking the way I, quote unquote, should be drinking. And so all systems go, just keep on moving. And it really wasn't until I quit drinking and I really started to think about how fucked up that thinking is and how dangerous that thinking is, that, alcohol is a highly addictive substance. Let's start there. And the more we drink it, the more we want to drink it. That's the nature of the substance, you guys. It's not a weakness in you. It's not a personality defect or disorder, like addictive personality. That's not a personality disorder. It's this substance. The more you drink of a highly addictive substance, the more you will want to drink it. Your tolerance will increase. The more you will drink it to feel the same feelings that a drink used to give you, right? You need more and you need more. And so you drink it, and then you want to drink more and you want to drink more until you do physically need it, right? Then there is this physical addiction. And it's only then, we've been taught, that you qualify for quitting. And, I am very clear that my sobriety does not feel like deprivation. It really does feel like abundance. I am not over here, wishing I could drink or thinking I lost this privilege and kind of yearning for alcohol. But I do believe that had I kept drinking and gotten to the point where I need it and I physically need it, and I'm kind of forced from the outside to quit, I do think that that would feel like I had lost something precious and maybe that it's not my choice. But we've been taught that that's the only time we quit, or that's the only time we even talk openly about alcohol or talk openly about our relationship with it and our fears around it and our doubts about it, are when we are physically addicted and when we need it. And not only is it just so dangerous, it feels to me like it sets us up for failure, because then it does feel like something that we've lost and it's not our choice, that we are forced into this thing. Instead, if we look at this continuum of drinking and this spectrum of drinking and getting off the ride, while we still probably want to drink, it's not quite yet a need, right? That it's like, oh yeah, this is either habitual, maybe it's a compulsion. I go through all of those in the book. I compare, habitual drinking, if your drinking is more of a compulsion or if it's an addiction. If we get off the ride before that, and I gotta say, if a highly addictive substance is in your life on a consistent basis, there is going to be some level of addiction. But I'm talking about before we are Meg Ryan and When a Man Loves a Woman, right? Before we are this kind of idea of what we have in our head of who qualifies to quit drinking. We can make that choice before, and that is what I call the softer place to land. It's not this rock bottom waiting to lose more. It really hit me, and I go through so much of this in this chapter, and I tell stories in this chapter that I have never told on this podcast, which is wild because I've been doing this podcast for, I think, almost 4 years. And I've told a lot of stories. You know a lot of my stories, but you don't know all of them. And I shared more in the book. I was not able really until I quit drinking. I wasn't able to look to see what I had lost to alcohol. And when I started telling the truth about those stories and the stories that I tell in here, and that I was really able to see, okay, the idea that I haven't lost anything to alcohol is a lie. It's a delusion, really. I'm just kidding myself. And I'm giving alcohol a huge fucking pass if I think I haven't lost anything to it, right? If you're listening to this podcast, you have lost something to alcohol. And the idea of waiting really then became terrifying. As I was looking at my life, and I love my life and everything that I have always wanted to be a mom, and I'm happily married in a home and this full life, it really struck me like, what was I waiting for? Like, what was I willing to lose? When would it be? When would I qualify in my mind to quit drinking, or in society's mind? Was I going to wait to, get a DUI, or my marriage was in trouble, or losing a job, or custody, or God forbid, I mean, you could go there in your mind, right? And that's a scary, scary thing, because that's a real threat when alcohol is in the picture. And we're taught that we have to wait. We don't qualify. No, you're not an alcoholic. You haven't hit rock bottom. It's a different kind of hard, this self-propelled change, right? When we don't have these very direct consequences of what we've lost to alcohol. Like, yes, I can see exactly what I have lost, and I don't want to lose that. When what we have lost is probably quieter and only very clear to us, it can be tough to change from that spot, to say, no, it's okay if you don't understand why I'm quitting drinking. It's okay if you're telling me my drinking was okay. That's okay. This thing that I'm doing, my sobriety, is not for you. It's not for you to understand. It's not for you to sign off on. This is for me, and I know what I have lost. And I also, more importantly, probably know what I am not willing to wait to lose. I don't want to offer anything else up to alcohol, because, my book, what I do is make alcohol the villain, because I do think it is the villain. I think having a healthy fear of alcohol is a good idea. I think that's just common sense, much like we should have a healthy fear of any highly addictive psychoactive substance, right? And yeah, I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to wait to lose more. And you don't have to wait to lose more either. It's going to take some self-propelled change. And that is going to take some grit, determination, some hard work of really starting to tell the truth about how you've used alcohol and all of the things. It's going to take community. It's going to take being honest about this thing we've been taught not to be. But you can do it. I am like living proof, along with hundreds and hundreds of other women. I mean, thousands at this point, that you can do it. And so as you're listening to this, and as you're going about your weekend, I want you to notice your full life and everything that you have around you that you might have always wanted. And, I mean, you just don't have to wait. You don't have to wait and have that question mark of, will this be the night that alcohol steals more from me? And you can answer that. You can answer that right now by saying, no, it's not going to be the night, because I'm not going to invite alcohol in. I'm not going to. And then, way leads on to way, and I will find my way, and I will connect and do all of the things that we always talk about. But you deserve a softer place to land. You do not have to wait for rock bottom. I hope that this helps you as you go about your weekend. And please don't forget, we talk about all of this in the cafe. Come and join us. We have Zoom meetings 6 days a week, and we have a private Facebook group. I'll leave the link in the show notes. And go grab the book. I would love to hear from you and hear how you're loving the book, and how it's helping you think differently about all of this stuff. It's available in hardcover, ebook, and Audible, read by me. And if you've loved it, if it has helped you, please consider rating it, giving it 5 stars. That does really help other women find it. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. Say hi. Come and say hi over on Instagram at Suzanne Where I, or in the reviews. Just let me know. I'll be here, and I will be back Monday. You guys, we have such an exciting episode on Monday. Oh my gosh, for you Bravo lovers, this one is for you. I am so excited, and I will see you back here on Monday. Keep going. I am so proud of you. Bye.